The March 13th patch just dropped and I have all the working glitches for you guys, including the new Tombstone duplication glitch for solo and team players I just put out yesterday, as well as the Dark Aether Tombstone tutorial. So if you guys appreciate all those types of details with these compilation videos I put out, make sure you subscribe. I put them out after every single patch as well as every month. On the bottom of the video you can find YouTube chapters as well. So this cool little feature allows you to skip through the video, watch the glitches that you're interested in, skip over the ones that you're not. But I appreciate your guys' support. Thank you for 16,000 subscribers and enjoy the video. What's going on, guys? Wesley here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the Tombstone duplication glitch in Season 2 Reloaded. Now with today's video, I'm hoping to answer all of your questions with the Tombstone duplication glitch. I guarantee you guys that if you do exactly what I do, it will work on all platforms every single time, so that you can bring in all of the rare items that you want into the game while keeping your insured weapon, your lethals, your tacticals, and everything else. I will be showing you the 3 most popular routes to do the Tombstone duplication glitch. Now, people are very opinionated about these routes. It's actually kind of funny. I'm going to be showing you guys the actual data on it, because what would a video of mine be without all the most up-to-date information that I can find right this second? So if there's any other updates, I will put out another video, but just know this is the most efficient way to do the Tombstone duplication glitch, and it works every single time. I'm also curious, where are your stash limits at? Mine's at 70. I was at 99 by the last video. It's been less than a week and I've already minus 20, so I'm going to run out very soon. I'm curious where yours are at. Make sure you comment that down below, but let's get into the video. So the first thing that you want to do is obviously break down your existing tombstone. That's not a requirement, but I always say it is, because I want you to grab all of the rarest items and set up your rucksack to the best of your abilities. So once you have all the items that you want to duplicate, you're going to want to make sure that you have either 3000 essence or 1000 essence, as well as tombstone soda. So I already had a tombstone soda can. You always want to make sure that you have it in your large rucksack. That will save you 2000 essence every single game, so make sure you do that. Also, just a footnote, if this is your first time doing the tombstone glitch or you don't currently have one, put the tombstone soda in your large rucksack and then go do a mission and purchase tombstone before you actually do the glitch, right? That way when you extract, you'll extract with that duplicated one, and then you'll have a backup each time. That's why I had a tombstone soda as well as an extra one left over at the start of this game. So let's get into the 3 methods or paths that you can actually do this glitch with, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do them most efficient. So the first method I'm going to be showing you guys is very simple to do. You only have to do a couple of mantles. However, it is very close to the edge of the map, and it's very easy for newcomers or just simply people who just want to chill and play the game very easily. So number 23 here is the one that we will be using. You can review the code and pause the video if you need to, but it's located in the southeast corner of the map. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase this portal and just simply walk through it to do a demonstration for you guys. When you come through this portal, you will run for the edge of the map. You are aiming for the out of bounds line, and you want to go there as fast as possible. Now, I actually analyzed the distance between the spot and the edge, and so you can see here it's about 70 meters to the edge. So we're going to compare all of these real quick, and it'll only take a couple of minutes to actually do so. But if you actually exit over to the left here, I would say it's more about 66, because as long as you're not impeded, right, I could run straight into that marker, and I would actually be able to do so, right? Obviously mantling some stuff in the meantime. But the second method I'm going to be showing you guys is my personal favorite. So number 24 here, actually right north of that location, is what I like to use and what a lot of people like to use. But the third method, in my opinion, is the most popular, but this is my personal favorite. So let's actually enter that code now. So once I've entered that code, I'm obviously going to go through the portal. I'm going to purchase it. And so here's why it's my favorite method. So first of all, you spawn at the top of a water tower. Now it's important to remember that you need to have quick reflexes for this one, in my opinion, for it to actually be worth the time. But sometimes also below, just as a heads up, you can get a mercenary camp literally on top of this thing. Like, they're all on the ground around you. So what you want to do in this method is you turn right immediately, pull your parachute as soon as you can, and hold forward so that you've fly towards the edge of the map. And you actually get there much quicker, because if you think about it, if I'm walking to the edge of a map versus flying with your parachute is obviously faster. So here I am using this for the dark ether duplication glitch, which you can find in the description down below. You can see I do get a mercenary camp here, but I'm able to fly to the edge of the map before they even notice me, and then I just simply run out of bounds, right? So let's go over the third method and see how that compares. So this is the most popular method. It is number 19 here, and is located on the southwest corner of the map. It is right by the water. This is a beach location, and so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and enter this code now, and let's check out how good it really is. So once you made it through on this one, you want to turn right and sprint straight. That's it. This is one of the simplest methods, and it's the most popular for a reason. It is very, very direct and very easy to do. You'll notice it's 70 meters away, but that first method that I showed you had 2 manuals. Now, I haven't really obviously tested timing and stuff. I didn't take out a stopwatch or anything like that as far as the method 1 versus this method, because remember, they're about the same amount of distance. The other method's actually 4 meters less whenever you account for the shortest distance, but there's 2 manuals, so I haven't actually tested if that's slower than a full sprint with energy, right? So I couldn't tell you for sure, but what I can tell you is that method 3 as well as method 2 are my 2 personal favorites. Now this portion of the video is completely dedicated to doing the Tombstone duplication glitch efficiently. I'm going to show you guys, if you have trouble with timing, make sure that you watch this portion of the video. I'm going to go through all of the steps now so that you don't have any issues, as well as maybe some of you guys who do it well, maybe you'll improve a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and enter number 24, my personal favorite code. You want to turn your back to the portal and purchase as you mantle over. Now on console, again, you're going to have to hold the use button to actually do it. So what I would suggest is that you hold it and then mantle. So follow the path that I do. This is my personal favorite path. You can also go up the stairs, it's slightly faster, but before you touch the bad signal portal here where that timer shows up on the left, you don't actually have that much about timing to worry about. A lot of people don't have issues with that. The portal will stay open for almost an entire minute, but once you go ahead and activate the dark ether rift, I completely messed up here. Just as an example of how late that you can be, watch how the portal stays open for me. So what you want to do is follow the path that I did back, and make sure you climb up the stairs, cut over just like this. That'll save you about half a second, and run through the portal. Now this is my personal favorite spot. Again, jump off, use your parachute, make your way to the edge of the map. Now on PC you can accept at 1 second, but on console, again, you're gonna have to hold the button, so be careful whenever you're doing that. I would suggest accepting the vote on console whenever you switch from 2 to 1. Now comes for the most important part. So this is going to be how you keep your insured weapon. So what you're going to want to do is you want to enter exactly at 6 seconds. I suggest getting all the way to the edge right before it triggers, and then sprinting in whenever it hits 7. You can see here, it takes me about a full second to get to the edge. It immediately turns to 6, and at that point you are good from that timing perspective. The last step to this glitch is very easy, but there is a specific place I want you to quit on all platforms. It is very simple. So you're going to see eliminated. A lot of people on console quit then. I don't suggest that. I suggest that you quit as soon as this dark ether zombies symbol shows up at the top left. That is your signal. You can wait a full second in between actually quitting versus, doing it immediately when you see it. It doesn't matter. That portion of the timing is not hard to hit. The 6 seconds is the most important portion, okay? So remember that if you are watching this video, hit the 6 seconds. Now, if you hit 5 or 7, you'll still get your items, but sometimes you will lose your weapons. It all depends. Remember how long a second actually is, guys. And when you're getting down to 1 second versus another being too long or too short, just keep in mind, yes, if you miss this by half a second or a full second or whatever, if you see 5, 4, 3, 2, whatever, you may actually lose your weapon. But you shouldn't lose any of your items as long as you see the eliminated symbol. Now, depending if you're on console or a PC, you just need to force quit the game. You can look that up on your respective consoles. On PC, it's obviously just Alt F4, but when you come back in, you're going to have your insured weapon, your lethal, your tacticals, your field upgrade, as well as all of the items that you intended to originally duplicate. So that's pretty much it, guys. Now, when you go back into the game, just remember your tombstone will be at the graveyard, and you can repeat this over and over again, share items with your friends, and enjoy. If you have any questions, leave them down below, but thank you. The new Dark Aether is out with Season 2 Reloaded, and I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to do the new Tombstone duplication glitch through the Dark Aether as a solo player or as a team. I'm also going to be showing you guys how to duplicate your Elder Sigils so you can grind this out. Make sure you subscribe and like the video if it was helpful. Let's get into it. Now with this new Dark Aether glitch, you are going to be able to extract all of the schematics that you want from the Dark Aether. There's a ton of rare items and rare loot in general that you can get from the Dark Aether. It's important to keep in mind a couple of things though. Number one, there's a bit of high requirements for this. You need to complete the latest Easter egg, which I will put out a video on soon. Make sure first of all that you destroy your existing Tombstone. This is very, very important because what you're going to do is you're going to create another one just like you do with the normal Tombstone duplication, except we're going to make a few modifications to it. Also, this will be a little bit difficult for some of you to do, so I highly suggest that you practice. We will go over it in a minute. I will have raw footage for you guys so that you can actually physically watch me do this glitch. It will be as little modified as possible so that you guys can actually rewatch it and learn what the timing is. So let's get into it. So first of all, you're going to need an upgraded Scorcher. So you don't have to get it to level 3. I did this with a Pack-a-Punch level 1 Scorcher. Let's get that upgraded and let's make our way over to the portal. Now there's a required setup and there's also a recommended setup. I'm going to go over both of those with you now. Number one, the requirements for this glitch are pretty obvious. You're going to need an upgraded Scorcher, like I said, as well as an Elder Sigil and whatever items that you want to bring through the Dark Aether. What's going to happen is you're going to duplicate those items so that you can both use them in the Dark Aether as well as have them when you're back in game. But make sure that you have 2 Scorcher cases if you want to keep a Scorcher in your future Tombstone. The reason why I say this is obvious. It's because you have to actually use a Scorcher for this version of the Tombstone duplication glitch. For the recommended setup, I just highly suggest that you guys go decked out. So make sure that you have gold armor plates, a large vest, Pack-a-Punch level 3 weapons, things of that nature. Now the real difficulty for this glitch is going to come with timing. A lot of you are going to have difficulty with this if you had trouble with the solo Tombstone duplication glitch. However, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this and do it correctly. So you'll see here, I'm doing a dry run. I highly suggest that you do it because when you put in your Elder Sigil, if you do not accept the invite, then you will not use the Elder Sigil. So I actually ran all the way over here. I fired my Scorcher and tested it out. I was able to get to the portal around 8 seconds, which is plenty of time. Generally speaking, if you can get there with about 6 or 7 seconds left of you entering the portal, like you are literally being teleported at 6 or 7 seconds left on the vote counter, then you should be good. Alright, so let's go over the timing for this glitch. So you're going to see here I'm firing my Scorcher up in the air twice. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do the Superman glitch properly for this glitch because you're not going to do it the typical way. However, once you get used to it, it will be very easy and you can duplicate items into the Dark Aether. So you're going to see this is not my dry run. This is 100% legit. So this is the actual footage of me doing the glitch this morning. So let's watch here. I'm going to play this in slow-mo just to show you guys exactly how to do it. So let's replay that footage. And what's going to happen is you're going to fire the Scorcher up in the air twice, fully charged. You're just going to hold the button until it fires twice. Very easy there. Then once you get to the apex or the top, you're going to pull your parachute and immediately cut it. Lastly, you're going to hold forward and charge your Scorcher up to 80%. All you're doing here is reactivating the Superman motion. You see right here, when you're falling out of the sky, just like you do in Warzone, what you're going to do is just make sure that you trigger that again. Now, you don't need to do it anymore. You don't need to do it twice, 3 times. The distance between each portal, you only need to do it once. So you're going to see me do it here again. I'm going to fire fully twice, pull and cut, and then I'm going to hold forward while I fire up to 80%. Now 80% is relative, anywhere around there should be good. And what you're going to notice is you're going to fall very, very short, but you're going to fly directly into it. So you can see here I do that, boom, I kind of mess up with the extra parachute there, and you are through the portal. Now you're going to notice here I get through at about 8 seconds, just like I was talking about before. And if you get there around that time, you get to this wall around that time during your dry runs, consider yourself good to go. Now for the portal, it's important to remember that it costs 1,000 essence. Now I highly suggest that you use code number 24 here. This will send you to the eastern side of the map. You can see it there. You can also use code number 19 though. A lot of people do use that one. That's the one that's by the beach or by the water. That's very, very easy to do. I highly suggest one or the other there. I don't suggest that you use number 7. That one takes a little bit longer. Number 24 can have a mercenary camp that shows up pretty much right on top of it. However, you show up on top of a water tower, you will see that in a second, and you can just float your way to the edge of the map. So going over this location, what you want to do for this one is you want to turn right immediately, jump off, and pull your parachute. Now, what this allows you to do is you save about a second or two by flying towards the edge. You're going to notice that the timer is almost out there on the left, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up my menu. Now on PC, you can accept at 1 second because you don't have to hold the button to vote yes. However, on Xbox or PS5, I suggest that as it's switching from 2 to 1 is when you're holding it. You're going to have slightly less time. So go ahead and accept. And what I suggest for timing this perfectly is when it hits 7 seconds, start sprinting into the edge. And what's going to happen is if you enter at exactly 6 seconds while the 6 is still up, you are highly likely to keep your weapons. Every single time that I've done this, I have kept all of my weapons, my Aether blade, everything like that. So not only will you be able to extract with schematics, keep your tombstone, you'll also be able to keep all of your weapons. Now with this glitch, you don't have to close the game. No one needs to close the game regardless if you're doing it solo or with a team. But you're going to notice right here behind where you spawn at, there's actually an exfil location hidden off. So if you want to practice this glitch and just keep duplicating elder sigils, then you will be able to repeat this glitch over and over again for practice. I highly suggest that you do this if you have time on your hands, because what this will allow you to do is get the timing down, and then you can just start farming those schematics. So it's very, very easy to do. That is the location of it, and when you go to extract, any of your schematics will obviously count because you are using a typical extraction method, right? And otherwise your tombstone will be in the main map. So that's about it for the solo version. Let's go over how you would do it as a team. So the rules change depending on how many players actually want to do this glitch. So I'm going to re-roll this footage and I'm going to explain to you guys exactly how you can do this as a team. But let me explain what I mean here. So if only one player on the team wants to actually do the tombstone duplication glitch through the dark ether, then they simply need to make sure that they step out at the 6 second mark whenever the portal is accepted. Just like you saw before, you can rewatch that film if you want to do that. But say that you have multiple players who want to do this glitch. What you're going to want to do there is have every single player queue up their yes vote. So for example, you'll see on the left here, it should say 1 vote needed. All right, so everyone should vote except for the actual player who is doing this portion of the glitch. So just make sure that you have 1 vote left, or however many votes that you can have minimum before it actually triggers the timer. One player is going to need to do this portion of the glitch. So you'll see here, this is my dry run, and I'll also show you guys the full run in a second. But one player is going to have to do this regardless. However, every single player does not have to do this. What they need to do is go ahead and teleport or get to the edge of the map and get ready to step out at 6 seconds. That's the portion of the glitch that they need to do. So literally only one player actually needs to do the flying glitch and everything like that, do the difficult part of this. The rest of the players can literally just sit on the edge of the map and step out at 6 seconds. And as long as each player who wants to actually do the tombstone glitch both has tombstone, is at the edge of the map, and steps out at 6 seconds, you are good to go. You don't have to close the game like I said before. All this glitch does is allows you to actually set a tombstone while going into the dark ether, keeping your weapons, allowing you to extract with those highly sought after new schematics. What's going on, guys? Wesley here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the unlimited essence glitch yet again after patch. Now the tombstone duplication glitch has changed, and therefore this glitch has been improved, and I'm going to be showing you guys footage on both Xbox and PC. A lot of people have also had issues with the timing with the tombstone duplication glitch. I will be going over that in great detail, so if you appreciate details like that, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. This will be included in my Season 2 Reloaded All Working Glitches compilation coming up. So every time an after patch method comes out for this glitch, I see people posting videos of them dropping max essence to their friends, and I'm here to tell you guys, you don't need to do that. You don't need to beg for essence in Discords. I've seen people do it all the time, and it takes forever to actually get someone to help out. So I'm going to be showing you guys how you can do this very, very easily. And first of all, I'm going to apply this medium backpack because it will stick around. I'm going to be showing you guys again how you can keep everything on you whenever you do this glitch. Now this applies to the Tombstone duplication glitch as well, but I'm going to be showing you guys first how you can get the maximum amount of essence very, very easily on your own without even doing a glitch. So first of all, what you're going to want to do is start to do tier 3 contracts. Now typically speaking, I like to do the delivery contracts. Now what you want to do is you want to have at least one other person on your team at this point while you're gathering essence. Now what I mean by that is if you have a full squad, for example, you will get 3 times the reward. So if you do a tier 2 delivery contract, for example, then you will get 9,000 essence with 3 players. If you do it with 2 players, you will get 6,000 essence. It's super, super easy, guys, but you 100% need to make sure that you have other players with you when you do this, at least one other player. Now I have a second account that I literally purchased just for glitches. So if you don't mind, hit that like button below because I literally spent $50 just so I can do glitches like these for you guys. I have him up on my Xbox, and so I just have him off to the side while I do these delivery contracts. And while I do these delivery contracts and bounty contracts, I'm gaining 6,000 essence each. Now, I highly suggest before you start duplicating essence itself, right, make sure that you get at least 15 to 30,000 by doing these contracts. And the reason why I say that is because each time that you do this glitch, you are going to be doubling or tripling your essence depending on the amount of players, right? Again, if you have 3 players on your team, if you have a full squad, each time you will be tripling the amount of essence that you have. So if you start out with 5,000 essence, for example, you're just going to be shooting yourself in the foot. You might as well do a couple more contracts because again, they're worth either 6 or 9,000 depending on if you have 2 or 3 players. So once you've gathered all of the essence that you want to duplicate, remember, you will also duplicate the items in your inventory with this. So if you want to do the Tombstone duplication glitch for items while you're doing the essence portion of this, you can now do it. And you won't lose your backpack, you won't lose your insured weapon, anything like that, just like I said before. So let's go ahead and gather all of these items. And what we're going to do next is we're going to head over to our Tombstone, because what you want to make sure of is that your Tombstone is destroyed. That is absolutely paramount in this glitch. This is very, very important. So make sure that you go to the graveyard, which is typically where your Tombstone would be if you're doing the regular Tombstone duplication glitch, and go ahead and destroy it. So let's head over there now and make sure that we do that. Also, a little bit of a fun fact, I had no idea there were multiple blood hunters on the map. I mean, look, it's as clear as day. I had no idea that there were multiple. I have trouble just finding one of these things, and I found it for the video, so I figured I'd let you guys know. Also, I let other players know in the game just for good luck. You know, you never know when that good karma is going to come into play. Now once you've destroyed your Tombstone, go ahead and find the Tombstone soda machine across the map. Now you can also use the Wonder Fizz machine. It does not matter. Wonder Fizz is in the red zone though, so just be careful. Don't risk your life if you're not good in the red zone. Now I already have a Tombstone soda in my backpack, a physical one, but I wanted to make sure that my second one that I have, I gave to my second account, just in case in the future, because let's be honest, the acquisition stash glitch being patched, it's really a bummer, and since mine is dwindling down, I just want to make sure that at all times I have a backup in case I need to record you guys a new glitch video and I don't have my crafting schematic, you know, available if it's on cooldown. Now once you made it to the Tombstone perk machine, make sure that both players have Tombstone at this point. From this point on, both players should have Tombstone. You could buy it later, but the next step in this glitch requires it per player. So make sure that you buy it and make sure every single player on your team has Tombstone. Now next, we can head over to Bad Signal if you want your Tombstone to be there, but depending on where you go, this is where your Tombstone is going to be. So just to keep things simple for me, on my main account, I'm going to do this at the graveyard because the normal Tombstone duplication glitch obviously will make my Tombstone end up here. So I have all of the items that I want, as well as a uninsured weapon, but you can also use an insured weapon. Obviously, the point is that it's a weapon that you can take out. So I have a contraband weapon on me in this case, and I'm going to try to down myself and run out of ammo because I can't do anything right when it comes to recording videos. It's kind of funny, but thankfully these zombies showed up. The graveyard's actually a pretty hectic place, to be quite honest with you guys. I also forgot that I had a self-revive. That's a double whammy, so what I'm going to do is just wait for this to run out. But what you want to do is fully die here, and then I'll show you what to do next. Once you've gone completely down, make sure that you plead for help, and then what you're going to want to do is get your teammate to revive you. Now, at this point, you don't actually have to leave the squad. In a minute, you will need to leave the squad, but I've seen mentioned on some other videos that you need to leave your squad at this point. You do not need to. You can plead for help while in a team. Just make sure that you communicate it, because what I've noticed is that there is no indicator if the person is on your team whenever you plead for help. Now, once you've downed yourself and pled for help and gotten picked up, you want to go ahead and drop all the essence and items that you want to share with your teammate. At this point, that tombstone is set right there. You should have those items and essence when you come back, but there's still multiple steps to this glitch left. So go ahead and drop whatever you need to your teammate. I went ahead and drank a tombstone on my secondary account, and then I dropped him a secondary can, and I dropped him a couple more items as well as 20,000 essence. Now, for demonstration purposes, I went ahead and had my second account jump off this crane here way across the map from where I downed myself. Now, this is just to demonstrate that you can put your tombstone in any location. This is also a major part of this glitch. What you're going to do is have the other account that has taken all the money off of you after you down yourself, bled out, and pleaded for help. You're going to give them everything, and then they're going to do the same exact thing. Now, this is the portion of the glitch where things actually get duplicated. What's going to happen is they have now set a tombstone with their own stuff, right? But their stuff is your stuff, so you've literally doubled it. They have 20,000 essence on them. They've downed themselves. There's 20,000 essence in their tombstone, and vice versa for you, which I just showed you a minute ago. But there's another step to this glitch, and you need to do this very, very carefully. And what this will allow you to do is keep both your insured weapon, all of your items, as well as your essence. So let's get right into that. So we're both going to hop back on the Blood Hunter, and what we're going to finally do is we're going to run over to Bad Signal. Now, you need Bad Signal obviously as your attached mission. You should already have this attached for the regular Tombstone glitch, but go ahead and just get over there and make sure that you have that assigned if you don't already. So you can see my secondary player is up there, and you're going to go ahead and follow the path that I do. Now, as I run through the courtyard, my favorite spot to take right here is take the couch and climb over. It's a slightly bit faster than running around. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk up to this portal just like the Tombstone solo duplication glitch. And we're going to take portal number 19. Now, this code is for the one by the water. If you have issues with timing, I suggest that you work on it. It was a little bit harder for me to do this on console, but I did it on the second try on my Xbox, all right? So if you have trouble with timing, try to just, gain a bunch of essence and just practice the timing. Use a stopwatch. I don't know what to tell you. You just need to follow exactly what I do, all right? Because the path that I take is definitely the most efficient. I've seen mentioned in a couple other videos that you can use a scorcher. You can use that if you want, but I don't waste a scorcher on this glitch because you don't have to. Again, I've done this on Xbox. So let's go ahead and enter the code now. So what we're going to do is we're going to enter number 19. So what that is it's going to be this U shape right here. It's going to be the up arrow, which is ironically up top. And then what else? It's going to be D. Yep, so all three of those. What I want you to do is then turn your back, and you're going to activate it and then jump over the railing immediately. And as soon as you start to hear something, jump over the rail, cut through the middle right here, and you're going to hit both doors, and then you're going to just take the angles just like you were a race car driver or something. Just take it very, very sharp. You're going to run all the way out here. I would jump right here, activate, turn around. And it's very, very easy. Again, guys, this, let me just say, this portion is not what you have to worry about. Right here, I always make the portal. If you're not making the portal, then you need to just follow the path that I do, because I've never not seen the portal. The portal's never disappeared on me. So go ahead and take the couch. Like I said, this is the portion where you need to be faster, is coming back. So I have about 7 seconds right now, and I'm running forward. What you want to do is activate, or rather accept, on 2 or 1. So I accept on 1 on PC, but just know on Xbox or PS5, you actually need to hold the button to accept. So I would suggest accepting on 2. Now I'm going to replay this portion for you guys just so that we are absolutely clear here. Watch the time on the left as well as what time that I accept. I'm going to go ahead and slow it down here so you can see 2 seconds, 1 second, and I'm going to immediately accept. And what you want to do is aim for 6 seconds. Now, really 7 is fine, but we're going to go ahead and go with 6 if you can make it in time. You can also get here and probably at the 5-second mark and it'll be fine. What's important comes in a second. So go ahead and let the timer run out. You should see eliminated, but if you don't listen for the eliminated, that sound right there, And what's going to happen is you want to wait for it to say searching for match at the top right, or at least say dark Aether Zombies at the top left. In my experience, it works 100% of the time if you simply wait for it to start searching. All right, so as soon as it comes up with dark Aether Zombies, wait for anything to pop up at the top right, and that's good. You can go ahead and close your game. Now I'm going to show it to you on Xbox just as an example, but on PC you want to just Alt F4 obviously. So timing wise, as far as closing the game, is going to be the same at this point. I will put out a new Tombstone duplication glitch video next week, as well as some more information on what you can do to better improve this, because a lot of people have issues on timing. But as you can see, I take the same path on my Xbox. You can tell that I'm on Xbox because of how I'm looking around, and what you want to do is obviously turn right here and immediately run forward. Now the timing's a little bit worse. You can see there I'm going to accept vote 9, 8, 7, 6. I'm going to run in, and there you go. And so at this point, what you want to do is hover over the game and hover over quit. You can use audio on PS5 or Xbox if you have trouble actually visually seeing it. And as soon as you see squad eliminated, you're going to see the dark Aether come up, and you can kind of see it in the background there. You can go back if you want to check it out again, but again, the timing is the same. You can watch the PC footage and you will get just as much information as you did out of this, but I wanted to show you guys as an example me doing it on Xbox. Now, just as promised, all of your items and your essence that you gave to your second player are going to be there, as well as on your first player's tombstone. You can already see I've duplicated tombstone perk, so you are duplicating items and essence. Now, all you need to do is repeat these steps over and over again, and you'll easily get to 900,999 essence. So if you guys... What's going on, guys? Wesley here. Today I'm just going to be going over what's going on with the acquisition stash glitch, just an explanation as well as what not to do. Now, there's been a method going around with forcing your items into your acquisition stash using a sigil. There's also been a patch for the tombstone duplication glitch, so make sure you check that out at the top right in the description down below. But this method using the sigil has been screwing people a ton. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you comment down how big your acquisition stash is. I'm really curious to see where everyone got stuck. Mine, I actually got up to 100. I used to have over 200, but I used most of my items trying to record videos for glitches. So you can see here I actually have 99 out of 100, and I'm actually able to store a singular item into my stash before I go back and try another item. Now, there's a reason for these things to happen, all right? Some of the items that are in your acquisition stash currently, for whatever reason, are counting as legit. There are some that are not. The point of the matter is that wherever you're at in your acquisition stash, you likely will not be able to exceed. Now, if you're able to do that using a sigil, I'm going to tell you in a second why that's a bad idea and why you should not be doing it. You can go ahead and do it yourself if you want, but there's a reason why people are losing items in their exfils. Whenever you go to exfil normally, you may have noticed, most of you honestly may have noticed, that a couple of items or a singular item will disappear from your rucksack. There is an actual reason for that, and I will go through that today. So you can actually see here on my acquisition stash on this video, I have 11 out of 10. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my acquisition stash and select items until I figure out which one is which. So you saw I just switched for the VR and went back up to 12. I took out this crystal and it went back to 11. Then I searched through and did it again. Typically, whenever you swap items, they're towards the front. So I'm going to go ahead and try a couple at the back just to make sure that none of them are there. Typically, again, they will be at the top of the list. But once I go ahead and try this a few times, I'm going to notice that another crystal actually is counted. So you'll see this dog bone doesn't count. Let's go ahead and try something else. Maybe I go to the back and I try this crystal. No, there's 12 out of 10. I have over 100 items, so this may take you a couple of minutes. But once you find it and figure it out, you'll notice that it actually counts down towards 10. Now, what your goal here is to actually get it down to 10 out of 10, because when it is 10 out of 10, your items will not disappear. And you can hold me to this. When you go in the game and you do the tombstone duplication glitch like I have in the other video, make sure that your stash is down 10 to 10. Now, if you go and you normally exfil and take your items out to then take them back in and do the tombstone again, you will notice that none of your items will disappear. But if it is above 10, then they will definitely disappear. You will have a minimum of one item disappear depending on how much you're over 10. So for example, if you're at 12 out of 10, 2 items will disappear every single exfil. And again, you can hold me to that. You can look it up, guys. Just keep watch and be aware. And that's pretty much it, guys. A new method for exfil boosting was found for Season 2 Zombies, and I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how you can do it today. Make sure that you do this before it gets patched if you want camos on your weapons, because this is extremely useful, and you don't even need to go to the upper tiers to do it, but you can do this in Tier 2 and Tier 1. So let's get into the requirements for this glitch. So first and foremost, you need to obviously have an exfil site. Now this needs to be one of those typical helicopter exfils, so make sure that you find it. You can find these in Tier 2 and Tier 1. So once you've made your way over there, make sure that you start clearing out zombies. When you call in exfils, we all know that some zombies start to pop up. This is a normal amount of zombies, as you can see, just to gauge kind of if or not this is a glitch for some of you, because I know that some people struggle to actually see when things are the way that they should be or not in zombies, especially with all these glitches coming out. Trust me, it's going to be night and day different. So you can see here, I have maybe about like 20 zombies, maybe 15, somewhere around there. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hop onto the helicopter to trigger it to go a little bit faster. So you hop on and hop off. That'll kind of kill some time off of that timer, and it will start taking off. Now this is about the right amount of zombies. I would suggest that you pull them away from the helicopter. You want to make sure that they are alive after the helicopter pulls off. So again, 10 plus zombies should be good. Don't have all of them there, but you essentially want to wait for this helicopter to fly away. Now the best way to gauge this, I found, is while it's flying away, just wait for the sound to actually go away. So once you start hearing it fade out, you want to fire your Scorcher up in the air and fly away. Now this is why a Scorcher is useful. It's usually useful in most glitches, and I highly suggest that you use it for this glitch. If you have a car, I guess maybe that would work as well, but the Scorcher, you can get out of the area fast, and what you're actually glitching is how Modern Warfare 3 Zombies despawns in PC. So if you fly away a full send on your Scorcher, I believe that should be enough. You're pretty much timing to get back whenever the green smoke pops up. Now it doesn't need to be perfect. I found I've showed up early, I've shown up late, it still works just as good. So you're gonna see me fly back over here, and let's see how it affects this spawn rate. So once you get back to the site, make sure that you call in the exfil immediately. Now what you're going to notice is going to happen is the zombie spawn rate will absolutely explode. So this is extremely useful if you're doing this solo. I would highly suggest that you do this solo. However, you can do it with a team. You all just need to do that flying away portion of this glitch where you fly away and leave 10 zombies. You need to fly away at the same time. And the reason for that is pretty simple. So just as an example, let's say that a random player is still in this zone whenever I'm trying to do this glitch. If I try to leave 10 zombies behind, those 10 zombies won't actually despawn. Now the reason for this is pretty simple. You may have noticed it when you drive around the map fairly quickly. What you'll notice is that zombies will spawn in front of you. Not only is that as designed, that's also a way for the game to save resources on their servers. The whole reason for that is, why would you have zombies in an area where players aren't? That's how they clearly coded this game. That's the same reason why when you're flying with your parachute into certain areas, you'll notice zombies will then spawn whenever you land. And that's all what this has to do with. So you leaving those 10 zombies behind, they need to despawn, and then you need to come back and trigger the exfil again. Now if you repeat this process every single time, it takes about 30 seconds to fly away and fly back. It's extremely quick. So this is by far the best way to actually grind camos. You can get this amount of zombies constantly. It's actually a little bit intense. I would highly suggest that you do it in tier 1 if you don't have a ton of camos unlocked. Now I know there are certain requirements for certain camos, but most of them, definitely a majority of them, you can do in tier 1. So unlimited ammo glitch was just discovered in Modern Warfare Zombies, and this is going to allow you guys to do in-game content such as Red Worm or the Dark Aether extremely easy. Now there are a few key details that you need to know to not mess up this glitch for the entirety of your game, because if you do mess it up, you're going to have to leave and come back. But I will go through every single step with you guys today, so let's get into some of the requirements for this glitch now. So you may notice that I have a weapon equipped here as well as 2 Wonder Weapon cases. However, for all intents and purposes, the Wonder Waff case you can ignore. So for this glitch, we're going to utilize the Scorcher case. Now you need to take note which slot in your inventory slots it is. So in my case, it's the 2nd slot. And then you also want to make sure that whatever weapon you want unlimited ammo for is in your 1st weapon slot. So go ahead and use the Scorcher case so it's in your 2nd slot, and then switch to your 1st gun and just empty out about half the clip. Now, what you want to make sure is once you have about half that clip left, you're going to pull back up your inventory screen and you're actually going to drop that 1st weapon that's in your weapon slot 1. Now, once you've dropped it, you want to go ahead and pick it back up and then immediately open up your inventory screen and simply hover over the slot in which your scorcher case was in. And what you'll notice is at the bottom right of your screen, your ammo will actually start to regenerate. Now, it's a little bit slow, so I would highly suggest that you do this either with wonder weapons, right? Like an upgraded ray gun has a bunch of ammo in it, or alternatively, you can do the wonder waff, but you can also do this with DMRs and those weapons that have, 20 to 30 bullets, but they are very, very powerful. I find that the assault rifle is nice, but this regenerates a little bit slow, as you can tell, so it's very easy to get to the bottom of your ammo. And if you let it get to 0, or in my case, and I'm about to show you guys one of the coolest glitches that has come out so far. So first of all, if you haven't already watched it, make sure you watch my Tombstone duplication glitch video. I highly suggest that you do this every single game because it's going to be needed if you want to always have a scorcher available. That will be the first requirement for this glitch, so make sure you go ahead and bring a scorcher into the game. Now, this glitch can be done solo or with a team, it does not matter, but this is a solo glitch after all. You can do this on your own. Each player can do this at the same time, and what this will allow you to do is go across the map within seconds. It is very, very quick. It's honestly a very impressive glitch. So what I want you to do first is make sure you have that scorcher equipped. You're also going to need a flawless Ethereum crystal or the essence to upgrade your weapon to level 3. You're going to need this at max pack-a-punch level. Alright, so once you found yourself to a flat area, just not anywhere near skyscrapers, you'll see why in a second. Make sure that you apply your Pack-a-Punch level 3 crystal before you actually do this glitch, or just use the essence on a Pack-a-Punch machine to level up your gun to level 3. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this correctly and how to do it wrong. So first of all, what you want to do to actually get into the glitch is fire your scorcher and continue to hold the button until you fired it 3 times. And what's going to happen now after this latest patch is you're actually going to be floating in the air like you are in Warzone. Now, this isn't all to the glitch. You need to do this correctly or else you will down yourself because there are a lot of hills on this map. So let's go through it now. So the mechanics of this glitch are pretty simple. When you hit the top of the curve, so to speak, whenever you're flying up in the air, you will actually see that here. So watch, I float up, 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 and here I go start floating down. As soon as you start floating down, you want to pull your parachute, cut it, and then hold the button to fire. And what's going to happen is you'll only need to fire it once each time, and you essentially will keep recharging. But what you want to make sure that you do at the very least is wait until your scorcher has charged about 3 ticks. So let's watch me do this a little bit better because this was me getting used to it. So let's watch. Alright, so here I am at the exact opposite end of the map, and what I'm going to be showing you guys here is I literally don't even hit the ground, but I'm also going to show you how fast you can get across the entire map with this glitch. So what you want to do again is wait until you get to the actual top before you start floating down. Then you want to pull your parachute like I do here, cut it immediately, hold the button, and you will continuously fly through the map. Now, I would highly suggest that you let the curve kind of happen a little bit like this so that you're almost like hopping across the map like you're a giant, right? Think of it that way because that will get you the fastest times across the map. I highly suggest doing that. Don't just pull at the top, pull a little bit after once you start getting used to this. But I would highly suggest if you don't want to die at all, just follow those simple instructions. Pull as soon as you get to the top, cut, and then fire your scorcher off again and just keep holding it like that. Now, when you're floating up in the air, like right here, you don't need to be holding the scorcher button. You just need to do it as soon as you cut because your scorcher will slowly come out and you want to make sure that your player is firing that sucker immediately. So